This is Matrix Lord 212, and this is my spoiler reaction to the Doctor Who Series 7 Part 2 finale, The Name of the Doctor. And I gotta say, I was beyond disappointed with this episode. This episode, it's gonna take a couple podcasts to show how bad this was. The writing was the worst writing that Stephen Moffat has ever done. I don't even count The Beast Below as bad compared to this episode. It used the worst villain they could possibly use for Doctor Who. He also had the Whispermen worse, which was stolen from Russell T Davies' Trickster. And, you know, all the emotions behind Matt Smith crying and everything really felt misplaced because it really didn't solve any mysteries. You can't go on promoting that you're going to say the name of the doctor and then really trick the fans. Now, I for one should have thought he should have never even did this episode. He should never even came close to trying to tease the audiences that he was going to say the doctor's name. By doing that, this could either make you or break you, and this has broken. This has it broke Stephen Moffat. He's broken. I felt that fans were lied to. I felt that, you know, he was trying to be a smart aleck when he was doing this, and showing that, you know, this person did not have the name of the doctor, that he was another doctor, but not the doctor who was evil. So does that mean that every single time the doctor regenerates, and he's not happy with the regeneration, that he does something evil, all of a sudden he's just not the doctor, and is that okay? I mean, how many Valyards are we going to have? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there was one Valyard, that's it. So now you're saying there's other incarnations that were like the Valyard? Poorly written. You know, the fact that the mystery of Clara Oswin Oswald is that there is no mystery whatsoever. It's self-explanatory. You know, it's just a disgrace that, you know, we predicted this a year and a half ago. Actually, Dr. Freedom was the first to predict that Clara was splintered through time. The trailer basically gave away that she jumped through something. Now, it's just a joke. I mean, the Great Intelligence, what were they thinking? What was Stephen Moffat thinking? By not having story arcs, you can't just have somebody appear in one episode and then another episode and then appear in the end. This is not like Saxon or Bad Wolf or Torchwood. I mean, there was no build up whatsoever to the Great Intelligence, so he was terrible. He was garbage. The fact that Madame Vastra, Jenny, and Strax were in there is basically why this just didn't get a 0 rating. That and River Song, but you're trying to boost Clara as a possible romance. You're trying to boost her with the Doctor, and then by throwing River in there, you basically sidetracked yourself because you just revealed that he's going to tell River he loves her and give her his name at some point in the future. So, obviously, to build one character up that you're just constantly doing now, you basically knocked that character that you just created down to build up an older character like River Song. Bad writing. You know, and you know what? Thank God that this is not going to be the finale for River Song. I mean, he's going to take it to the Singing Towers, which hopefully will be done right. I mean, but from this episode, I don't think they're even going to touch on that adventure. Matt Smith, this whole thing with the TARDIS Inside Out, and you know, just that being his tomb. You know, it just there's so many plot holes in this. Like, first of all, how did the Great Intelligence find out that that's where the Doctor died? How did he find out? You know, and the Whispermen, what kind of powers do they have? That's, you know, it just didn't make any sense on so many levels. The graphics and CGI with the Doctors were cheaply done. They're so cheap that I want to have the real Doctors in there that you throw. Ugh. The 50th anniversary celebration this year has been a bust so far. Mentioning the Doctors, showing Doctors, past clips, voices, different things. It has been a joke, okay? An embarrassment. Just get the actual Doctors in there. And John Hurt at the end with the title sequence. What is this, a movie? It was terrible. Terrible. Do you realize how Stephen Moffat has destroyed Doctor Who now? That You make it like, oh, if I regenerate and I'm a bad person, I'm not going to call myself the Doctor. I'm going to call myself something else. Like, that just doesn't fly. That's terrible. The guy that made Doctor Who interesting has just made the Doctor Who boring. Do you imagine? I run, I don't know how many sites with Doctor Who. I work for, like, Scribe has his, and I'm an administrator on his, and then I have my own. After watching this episode, I'm like, if I'm going to have episodes like this, I would be, this is not my Doctor Who. I don't know what this is. This is terrible. And anybody that says that this is great, I mean, you know what, you have a right to your opinion, but if this is what you think is great, then we're never going to see what really great is. I mean, honestly, what a letdown. I mean, like I said, I value everybody's opinion, but you really got to take the episode piece by piece to really understand how bad this episode is. Um, it's a disgrace. I'm very, very disappointed. Um, and the whole thing where the great intelligence jumps in his timeline and defeats him each time, that's dumb. And he just dies, and then Clara jumps in. That's dumb too. What is she stopping the great? They didn't even show like her battling the great intelligence each time. I mean, that's just. I don't. I really. This was a rushed mess. It was a mess of story. He wrote it on the fly, and it was just terrible. There was a movie called The Name of the Rose, and then I think that's why he just took the name of the Doctor. It was just bad. I'm just so disappointed, man. So disappointed that we get a crap episode of Doctor Who, and again the reset button again. I mean, the great intelligence goes and he rewrites the Doctor's history, reset. Then Clara goes to fix it, reset. The Doctor goes in there to save Clara from dying totally, reset 3 times. We have Jenny die, comes back. Strax dies, comes back. I mean, different things. I mean, reset constantly. And River Song was the only thing holding it together, her and Clara, and I mean, it was just an embarrassment, guys. Total embarrassment. And you know what? I'm allowed to have an opinion. I mean, because you don't agree with me doesn't mean, you could hate my videos. I mean, the whole thing is like people making comments, I'm glad I'm liking your videos again. Well, when did you stop liking my videos? Because what have I done differently other than not like an episode? I mean, I'm a human being. You can't like every single episode. And I'm not fake. That's the one thing on my channel. I am not fake. If I don't like an episode, you hear about it. And most of the time you heard me say I like episodes. So, I said the one thing that was below average was Journey Center to TARDIS, and now this one adds to it. And this is by Stephen Moffat. So, alright guys, we're going to do the Real Whovians cast. I'm going to try to get positive now, because anything could be better than this, at least hopefully. Alright, take care, bye for now.